Frequency disruption is happening at a rapid pace. We were just talking about this. It's energy. And what used to be acceptable in operating systems, intuitive operating systems, and this is how I liken it. I have this thing called the Spiritual Social Club. It's a Zoom community, and in person we do live events like this, but we also meet in Zoom a couple times a week. And a lot of people are opening up. Their chakras are blowing wide open. They don't know how to work their operating system. I liken it to walking into the cockpit of an airplane and not knowing how to fly the plane, right? Like, so we're trying to help people figure out what the knobs mean. And I used to write papers on a Smith Corona typewriter. Clap your hands if you remember Smith Corona typewriter. And I don't do that anymore because the operating systems are different. We have computers, we have phones that are updating every 5 hours, right? That's what's happening with energy. You have to upgrade your operating system. And with that means changing, adapting, pivoting, coming up with skills to handle these adjustments. And you, Susan, teach people. If you're not following Susan's YouTube, you should. But we were just talking in the green room about how you're seeing so many clients where there's so much disruption. You help people protect themselves. Mm-hmm. Would you mind repeating what you just told me off, Mike, about how you help people protect themselves?
Well, everybody always asks, do I have this on? Here we go. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody asks, who do we pray to? You can always pray to God, of course, but I do believe in the angels that God created. They are extensions of God. So a lot of times people will say, well, I can just pray to God. You can. But God created the angels to help God. Think about that. There's a lot that God has to do. So they are extensions of himself. So when he created these archangels, they all specialize in different things, but Archangel Michael is wonderful whenever you're feeling scared, whenever you have to travel, whenever you don't feel good, when you just came into a building or you were sitting at a table for dinner and you're just like, oh God, this person, I don't know if I really like this person. There is a whole lot of things. If you're watching the news, if you're hearing all these terrible things that's going on, just remember, we can't control what's going outside, but we can control if we let it in too far in ourselves. But I always say, Archangel Michael, please remove all negative entities that occupy my space. Please fill it with pure love, joy, and good health. And may God bless your spirit and your soul. Thank you. Amen. It is very, very important, whoever you are praying to, that you ask God to bless their spirit and soul because you're giving back. Always remember. And a lot of people I don't think that they don't want to. I don't think they just know.
Right.
There is no special prayers. People ask me all the time, well, how do I pray? Have a conversation, have a relationship with God. That's all you have to do. Just be real.
Well, you know this because you've had near-death experiences.
I have.
There are many people in this audience that have had severe loss that causes a lot of grief.
Yeah.
You talk to the other side, you talk to the other side of the veil. One of the first things they always say is, I'm right here. Like, don't worry, I'm right here. But of course, we can't see them the way you can see them. But they're right here.
They are.
And in your near-death experiences, you got so much information and downloads about how prayers are answered, our heartfelt thoughts are actually heard. Mm-hmm. What can you tell this audience to ease their mind about where their loved one is, that, especially if maybe they passed suddenly or unexpectedly?
It's interesting. A lot of death that I'm getting with people that come and see me, and when I see somebody who just had a sudden, boom, heart attack, drop dead, aneurysm, drop dead. I'm getting a lot of that more now than ever. And the first thing they say, well, are they okay? Where is he? Where is she? Blah, 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 And I'll look at them because I can see them. They're at their best self. They're younger. They're beautiful. They're perfect. They have no ailments. The minute you close your eyes, all pain is gone. You don't have to go through the light to know that pain is really gone. When you see that light, there is a light, however you want to explain that or see it, there is a light. I look at these bright lights, and it's nothing compared to how bright the light is when it's coming for you. And you see it.
Because you've been there.
Oh, twice. And it's interesting, but when you get under the light, then you feel every power like a magnet. It is the most beautiful feeling. There are not enough human words to describe it, but all it is you want more. So for all of those that people say, well, I don't believe, and you know what, I don't try to convert anybody. I don't care if you believe or not. I hope you do, but I'm not losing sleep over it. And the reason I say that is because one day when it's your turn to go, you will see for yourself. That's it. I'm not going to sit there and try to tell you. It's something you have to really feel. Just because you can't see something, you always should have that belief, that faith.
Right.
That's very important. Now listen, if you carry that belief and faith of whatever it is you want to do in life and throw out your timelines, I guarantee that everything that you want will come to you. Not to the time that you think you should receive it. I always say anything I ever wanted in life, let's take money off the table because I don't really like praying about money. But really important things, my health, a good person to spend my life with, children, family, a good home, food on the table, doing what I love. Anything that I prayed for, I knew I would receive it. I just didn't know when and how, but maybe it wasn't for me to know just yet. It's for them to know. So when you see the book, The Secret, and all of that, if you picture it, it will come. Well, it's about half that way. There's more to that. It's really having the faith that you are going to receive it. When you're living your life knowing you will get it, is when it will come your way.
And also intention matters, right?
Very
if you
much.
just want a fast car because you want to look good in a fast car, God is like,
No.
But you can project things and frequencies will match. But if you're really excited because, like, Pat Longo told the story about her chili pepper red Dodge Durango. She just wanted a chili pepper red Dodge Durango.
Yeah.
She liked how she felt in it. She felt safe. It would fit all of her kids and her grandkids. I mean, it's like a moving living room, right? This thing. And she went to go buy her chili pepper red Dodge Durango. And they're like, okay. And they called her and they said, you know what? It's not going to be ready by your birthday, which is in December, but we have this black one. Da, da, da. She's like, no thanks. I'm going to stick with my prayer for the chili pepper red Dodge Durango. So every day when she would brush her teeth, she'd be like, thank you for the chili pepper. And she pictured herself driving it. Mm-hmm. She pictured how she felt driving her family around in it for several weeks, I believe. And then she got the call. Somebody doesn't want their chili pepper red Dodge Durango. It came in. They didn't like where the thing was. The cup holder was in the wrong place, whatever it was. And it was hers. Mm-hmm. And it came. And she is convinced because she thought about how she felt in it and how safe she felt and how it brought joy. So that equation, what brings you joy and excitement, think about it. Think about how you feel. And that frequency will bring it to you, right?
Yeah, because if you already act like you have it, think about it. When you get excited about the thought projects. That's it.
It goes out like an antenna.
People make it much more complicated than it needs to be. I hate to say it that way, but they just do.
Right.
You know, we're not supposed to micromanage. There's no time on the other side. There never has been. We have time because we're human. So we're trying to dictate when we think that we should have it. And universe is like, no, you think you want it. Or how about something you've always wanted and you didn't get it? And I had this one client, he was up for the job, they called him, it was in the bag, and guess what? After the 6th interview, and he knew somebody at the company that was putting a good word for him, guess what? He didn't get it. And he called me up and he said, I didn't get it. I said, you weren't supposed to. And he said, you're just saying it like asking for a glass of water. And I said, because seriously, you weren't supposed to. He goes, damn, Susan, I'm still upset. I go, be upset for about a day, enough. You're going to get something out of the way through somebody at the company that's going to leave.
This or something better will be mine.
Exactly.
That needs to be your new mantra, right?
So somebody very high up at the company left to take a very big job and turned around, hired him.
That's great. This or something better.
So my point is, sometimes just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. okay? A dear friend who's sitting in the audience, Margina, she taught me a very long time ago, rejection is God's way of protection. And you know what? It's true. So,
if you want to focus on the what, just let go of the how, right?
Let go of how and why.
And why.
It's not up to you to figure it out. It's for them.
Right.
What did we say at the beginning? It's trust and belief that it's going to come. Now, listen, we're human. We don't like all the obstacles that get in the way.
Right.
And they do get in the way all the time. But you know what? I think it's really trying to see how creative your mind is. So if you have an obstacle, what are you going to do? It's teaching you to be resourceful. And that's exactly what you're supposed to. You know, when people go, well, I'm just going to pray about it and give it to God. Well, to a point, I believe in that. But God gave you a brain. God gave you a physical being. Work it. Figure it out.
And show up.
And show up.
So there's a lot of entitlement. You see this a lot in your readings.
There's
People
so
just-
much.
But we chose to come here in this incarnation during all of these challenges. Believe it or not, before you show up on Earth, in Earth School, you create a syllabus and you're like, oh, it's like picking your classes, you pick your classmates. Believe it or not, you ordered your family.
You did. You signed up for them. I know people say this all the time. Why did I sign up to be my mother's daughter? It's quite frankly very simple. If your mother is just very, very difficult, I have one of those mothers.
She's probably hanging with mine.
Not an easy task, I'll tell you. But you know what? I truly believe that I signed up to try to help my mother's soul growth, to soften her, to show her the way. And hopefully during that time she would change. Now, failed miserably. She didn't want to do it. So my soul contract ended. I will always be her daughter in this lifetime, but what I set out to do is null and void. I did all I can do. That's it. You know, people go, oh, but it's still my mother. You have this illusion of what you are living, of what you want it to be. See it for really what it is, and it does release you very quickly.
That contract expired.
It did. You know, I say it's like a mortgage. If you stop paying your mortgage, what's going to happen? The bank is going to foreclose. The contract becomes null and void. Same thing.
Right.
What you signed up for and that person didn't do, null and void.
Free will.
That's it. Always free will.
So free will is also in play with angels. And
Yes.
If you order the angels, you have to ask for their help, like you just did with Archangel Michael, and just give the angels a job. I empower all of you. We talk about it every time we meet in our social club about the evidence of how the angels are showing up for people in the smallest of tasks to the biggest of tasks.
Right.
We have one woman who is literally from Germany who's currently in Switzerland, and she orders every category of angel you can imagine. She's got a relocation angel. She has a social angel.
Yeah.
She has a shopping angel. Today she had a contract angel. And she tells the stories. She has a nature experience angel. She said, I'm taking a walk in the Swiss Alps. Jim, were you on that Zoom? Yes. The nature experience angel. And a cow comes running after her, and she's like, thank you, nature experience angels. They are totally waiting for a gig. It's hilarious.
I love that. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
They are.
I asked for one at Home Depot just 2 days ago. I'd done one before at Home Depot. It was great. But I said, all right, here's the deal. I'm going in. I need this flooring. I don't understand the pricing. Make it quick, some ease and grace at the Home Depot. Thank you. And so it is. So I go in. All these people are in the front. It's so, it was a crowded shit show. I'm like, I gotta go to flooring. So I go to flooring. This lady comes up and she's like, can I help you? Her name was Angela. Angela. And then she helps me. She's like, you can check out back here because that crowd up front. I'll get you in and out. I was in and out in 13 minutes. Thank you, angels. Angela. So what I'm saying is you can see it in your life actively showing up. You just have to activate that program. It is a program that they're waiting for you to turn the flare on. So for you and your work, you see them over there wanting to help. They're like, hey, hey. So how can people get better at listening to those nudges when they're trying to help?
I just call this, you are getting the answers every day. I call them God's cheat sheets. God is giving you the coming attractions by giving you the answers. It's up to you if you want to listen. If you listen, you win. You don't, you lose. It's just that simple. Like I said, we always turn it into something more complicated. You know, people say, well, what's the difference between a message and anxiety. Well, when you're thinking about it and thinking about it. So let's say you get a message that you weren't even thinking about. It came from left field.
Like, call Leo. You're like,
That
what?
is a direct message. Or you're driving and all of a sudden a person came into your mind you hadn't thought about in ages. Maybe something's going on with that person or whatever. You're going to hear this person died or something really good happened, whatever. But if you're going to be thinking and being obsessive, that's your anxiety. So I always tell people, if you're, well, let me just say two things. People that suffer from high bouts of anxiety are highly intuitive. Why? Because they feel on higher levels than most people. You're not crazy.
Right, just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not happening.
You're an empath, you feel it all, okay? I feel bad for people like that. I do, because I'm one of them, okay? I was that kind of child, for God's sake, intuitive children, what they go through. But you learn to work with it. And I've taught many parents on how to raise their children with highly intuitive children. What do you do with them? What do you say? What not to say? But this does exist. Mm-hmm. So when you do that, that's very, very important. But when you could sit there and just go about your business, listen to what you get. Sometimes it doesn't make sense. It's okay. Sit tight. They're going to send you the next clue. Mm-hmm. Now, if you shut it down, you're shutting everything down. They can't help you.
Right. Again, free will, you just turn the power off.
You really do.
To the cockpit and all the lights went out.
Seriously,
right.
You really do. Just like if you're looking for an apartment or a home, it's a great location, money is great, I think I want to do it, but I'm not feeling too good. What are you doing? You're not going to see a good day in this place. Money's not everything. Peace is everything. Mm-hmm. So think about that.
Right. Peace of mind.
Peace, mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, peace is everything. If you gave me $10 million, but I had no peace with it, take it. I don't want it. That's what I've learned being 62 years old. I cannot deal with that.
Right.
No,
mm-hmm.
No.
And so that brings us to the whole reason for our incarnation.
Yes.
Connection, community, service. Okay, not community service, but like community and service. Connecting. When you connect with others and you show up, if you ask and pray, show me how to serve the bigger, greater good. It's not about what I get, me, isolate, which is what social media has done for us. This is a big picture thing. We're all connected like an Oriental rug. So if you wake up and you say, how can I serve? You're serving. You already are.
You know what? It's funny. I always get a lot of messages when I'm in the bathroom. Really.
I hate
saying this
yeah.
in the shower when you're pooping. Well, I mean... You're going to say, this is personal. This is real. They don't care if you're naked. They don't care if you're on the toilet. No judgments. Yeah, but it's interesting. The bathroom seems to be very pivotal. For you, for me, it just does. Whenever I'm getting something, I usually get the answer right away. But let's say sometimes I don't. It doesn't make sense. Then I say, okay, what do you want me to know? Can you show me in another way? And 6 seconds later, they're going to show me something different. And then it's like I'm putting it together. I'm like, oh.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So the way that you're all intuitive, everybody's born with it. So we're going to task you, we're going to get to the questions now, but we're going to task you to open this muscle. Really, it's like going to the gym, you can work on it. So when you get that text, instead of looking at who it's from, just go with your first thought. Your first thought is your best thought. Just practice. Mm-hmm. These little things. You can practice that. As you're driving and you get something that flies into your mind out of nowhere, follow through with it. See what happens, guide it to the next one. It's breadcrumbs that are evidence of the divine working in your life. So follow those breadcrumbs. Don't get your mind in it and you're like, oh, that's weird. No, it's not weird. It's actually divine. And when you start getting in that lane, we call it the light lane, you'll see it happening more and more and more, and you won't be able to believe how often it happens.
That's very true. Mm-hmm. And I also want to say, because so much is happening in this world, don't be afraid to just follow your own path. So many people are overthinking it. And
because so-and-so did it, I better do it.
Yeah.
If it doesn't feel right, don't do it.
No, don't worry about it. You got to just go be you. This is what people are losing. They're losing their sense of self. I'm noticing this every day. Just go be you. Don't worry about what everybody else is thinking. I never do. I never did when I was a kid. It's like, I'm going to just do this. I would sit being very quiet and I would look and I would observe, and I always remember this and I stick by this. The person who is listening is in charge of the conversation. The person who's talking is giving you the data. So really just take things in, and if you're not sure about doing anything, don't. You don't need to do it right away just because somebody is expecting it to. But take your time on things and don't panic. People are panicking and noticing it.
Right. And that pinches the straw to the divine. When you're in panic and fear,
It does.
pinches the straw.
Yeah.
The flow cannot come through. So,
You know, here's what when I do a group session that come into my conference room, okay, in my office, most of my clients, I'm going to say 99%, which is a high thing, they all believe. But occasionally I'll get 1%. I don't care if you don't believe. But if you're going to sit like this and stare at me, all right, I'm going to be really honest with you. I'm going to ask you to leave. And I have asked clients to leave because if you don't believe, that's fine, but don't spoil it for somebody who does. Because your frequency is already down here and theirs is up here. Now, what happens when Spirit's trying to come through, they're coming through because of your energy, not mine. I'm just tapping into it. Remember that. A medium does not facilitate the Spirit to come. They're coming based on your energy. A medium is going to just tap into it. So I always say, don't spoil it for somebody who doesn't. And if you're not sure if you believe, that's okay too. Ask questions about it. So even, today, whatever questions you want to ask, but if you want to ask about the divine, or if it's something that you're just not clear about, you can ask that question too.
Right.
I have a lot of clients that just come and make an appointment because they really want to be more spiritual, and they don't know how to go about it. And I had a lady yesterday, she doesn't know if she believes, and she's never had her family show her signs. And I said, because you're looking for them. That's why. I always say, never look for Spirit. Let Spirit find you. And they're going to come all over. And that's really what happens. So I told her about her father showing her dimes. And she goes, I've never had a dime. I said, well, you will when you leave. And she goes like that. And I said, you will. Just remember it. But don't look for it. Let it happen. She opens up her car. Okay, there's a dime on her seat. And so she sent me the picture, and she goes, oh my God, Susan. I said, okay, now your portal's open. That's the whole thing, getting your portal to open. So if you're open to this, you're going to be really surprised what's going to come through.
and they're going to show up.
Yeah, and sometimes you're not going to get them to show up the way you think they should send you the sign.
Right.
They're just going to send you because you have to understand, they no longer have a physical being. They are energy. They're energetic. They're going to show you any way that they can show you, whether it's through a number, whether it's your computer, whether it's your phone ringing. They're going to show you whatever they can, through your dreams, whatever it is.
Other people saying their name, their favorite
That's
song
right.
coming on the radio.
Exactly.
The bird that they always talked about.
Right. Right. But sometimes it's going to be something that you expected, but they're going to show you something entirely different.
Right.
Be
That's
open.
perfect.
Yeah.
Super.
Just be open.
We're going to get to your questions now. Kim, could you hand me the hat? Marianne L.K. No way back. Can we turn the lights on, Kim, so we can see?
It's hard.
Hard for us to see.
Oh, much
Hi,
better.
Marianne.
So much better. Thank you. Hi,
What's your
Marianne.
question?
I'm just thinking of David.
David.
And my operating system's open here.
Okay.
Did you talk a lot with David? Because he wore a lot of hats with you. That's what I'm saying. He was a little bit of everything to you. I know. You miss him a lot. I know. It's funny. He's showing me a bed. He's showing me clean sheets. It's really interesting. He's liking what you're doing because you're trying to do some different things, and he's proud of you. Do you walk a lot? He walks alongside you. Interesting. So when you're walking, have a conversation internally with him. All right, do that. He's listening. He's walking with you. I love that. I know you miss talking to him, but he was your confidant. He was your director. He was your friend. He was a little bit of everything. He wore all the hats. I just love him. Okay. He's telling me you have to stay busy. When you're busy, you're better. When you're busy, the signs will come because you're not thinking about them. And I keep getting dragonflies and butterflies. Pay attention to those. He's showing me. Very interesting. but he's telling me that. He's showing me that. He's going to come around more when you're outside nature. He relates to it more. Being inside is good, but you need to come outside, he's saying. You're too much inside, and it's not helping you. Go outside and breathe, and everything is going to come through. And that's when you're going to start seeing everything and feeling it. But he walks alongside you. Keep walking.
And send me those pictures of the dragonflies and the butterflies.
Pay attention. I see lots of dragonflies, and dragonflies are very original. Not everybody sees those. I'm going to tell you right now. So when you do, that's David giving you a smile and a wink. That's nice. All right, I like that. But he's okay. But he's more about you and what you need to do. That's another thing I want to say, because just like with what I said to you with your sister, they're all coming through, not only that they're with you, but they're telling you what you need to be doing more. Stop getting stuck in the zone. It's very easy for us to do that because we miss them. But they can't thrive unless we thrive. Think about it and reverse it. Let's say you were the one that died. Now you're seeing everybody. You're seeing your wife, you're seeing your husband, your child, and they're doing terrible. How's that going to make you feel as a spirit? Horrible. You're not thriving. You're not getting to your highest level. So I always tell people, if you can't do it for you, do it for them. But you got that message too. So interesting. Don't stay stuck. Your sister's fine. You're thinking of her at that day, it's over. She's with God. Trust me, she's doing a little dance up there. Okay? That's interesting.
Okay, thank you. K-H. Okay. Hi, Kay. Who are we talking to, Kay? What do you want to talk about?
Well, I lost my son 3 years ago, and I just want to know if he's okay. His name is Mike.
Mike.
He just died very suddenly by a heart attack.
Heart attack suddenly. Mike. Okay. What do
He
you
was a happy guy.
Oh, yes.
All I get is laughing. Oh my God, I love that you're saying that this was him, because this boy was so happy. You know what though? In some ways he learned the hard way. But you know what? I love that about him. He wasn't afraid. Everybody loved him.
Oh, yes.
But he was very good with kids.
Yes.
Kids gravitated to him. Interesting, I see lots of children that he's up there with. And he's really proud of you.
Oh.
You want to know why?
Oh.
Well, you're an inspiration. He's so proud of you every day. He goes, Mom, it's not goodbye, it's until we see each other again.
Thank you.
You've dreamt of him. He's telling me it's how he visits you.
Yeah.
He comes in your dreams. He says, Mom, I'm there.
Yeah.
Oh, God, that's nice. You are an inspiration. I know you're sad and I know you grieve, but you also know where he is and you can feel better. Here's what I always say to parents who lose a child, which is there's nothing worse than that, believe me. I never get used to it. Sometimes I cry with my clients when this happens, and I'm crying with them. I am. But here's what I tell them. You remember when you were young and your child was young and you had to leave your child with a sitter, somebody that you trusted, right? How did you feel? Good. You can go out and then do what you needed to do. Your child's with the best sitter of all, God. That's the feeling I want you to have every time you get a little sad, because like he said, it's not goodbye, it's until we see each other again. Big hearts for you. He's sending you big hearts. And emoji kisses. Emoji kisses. This means something. So when you see that, that's him. He adored you.
Yeah, I adored him.
I know you did.
My best friend.
I know, but you're a good mom. You still are. You'll always be his mom. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
That's sweet.
Kim F.
Hey, is Leah still here? Yeah. My daughter's working at Plant.
Oh, someone's phone's ringing. God's calling.
Are you
Kim F.
My daughter's working at Plant, so
Oh.
she can call here.
Oh, her daughter is working up front, so she wants her daughter to come in for the message. So
that's
that's
nice.
so great. Your daughter's been dancing all day. We were hearing about it. She looks like she's being a great dancer.
My mom, Linda.
I'm sorry.
Linda.
Yeah.
She
Okay.
passed?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. Your daughter was close to her. They're kindred spirits in another lifetime.
My daughter, this one?
Mhm.
Not cry, please.
I'm sorry. Well,
I have two teenagers.
it doesn't matter. She's, just because your mom's not here, they had other lifetimes in past lives.
Is it my other daughter though?
Yeah.
Not this one.
It doesn't matter which daughter it was, they're kindred spirits. She's telling me that. That's why she's telling me it doesn't matter if I wasn't here physically. We were there before together, and she's telling me that. And that's really interesting. Do you have something that you wear of your mother's?
I have her thing.
Got it. She's okay. You're getting all her energy through the brain, and she's showing me. So you wear it all the time, and this is great.
I don't wear it all the time, but I wore it today to try to cheat.
No offense. She doesn't like it in a drawer. Wear it. Okay. She goes. It was there to be given to you.
Yeah, she gets.
I know she did, and she's saying, wear it. Oh, that's so nice. I love that. I do. Okay, I do. And this is interesting. Did anybody play cards? I keep getting dice. I keep getting cards.
Yes, she loved to play Yahtzee.
Oh my God.
That's dice.
Oh,
Yahtzee.
dice. Okay, so you're you're gonna get these kind of signs. I can't explain it, but when you do, or you get these numbers, it's her showing you. All right, so pay attention to that. You did everything really well when she passed. She wants you to know because you have reservations. Like, did I do enough? Is this what my mother wanted? She's saying you did it beautifully and then some. That's really nice. Don't worry about it. Everything is fine. Your mother loved flowers, and she's giving me a bouquet to give to you. You're her single rose, and that's what she's calling you. So when you see a single rose, not a bouquet of roses, a single rose, you're the single rose that she's giving you. You're a good mom. You always doubt yourself. Stop. She's really firm on it. Stop. You know exactly what you're doing. Okay? You don't have to be having anxiety over raising your kids. You know exactly what you're doing. You're going to be great. They love you the way you loved your mom. Okay? So I do want to say that. Your mom is back to being busy. She loved being busy. Your sign is going to be bumblebees. When you see them, the busy bee. Go be busy. Oh my God, that's so cool.
Cute.
I love that. I really do. Music. I keep getting music with your mother.
Barbra Streisand.
Oh my God. I just keep getting...
Barbra Streisand was her favorite.
Well, that's good. But music. Music is very, very important. Okay? You have one daughter that loves music. Who is this one? This one? Hi, sweetheart. Okay, pay attention to the music. Your grandmother is coming through, showing you, and shining. She's telling me, if all else fails, listen to music. That will be your zen. That's really kind of cool. I kind of agree with that, okay? We all have different ways of meditating. We don't have to stay quiet. Whatever it is you love, go do. She wants you to know that. You are loved in more ways than one, okay? Okay,
I love it.
all right.
Thank you.
That's beautiful. You have a nice mom. I like her. Okay.
Kathy K. Kathy K.
Hi.
Hi,
How
how
are
are
you?
you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good to see you.
Nice to see you. You're familiar to me.
Yeah, so I've been here quite a few times.
Oh my God. Well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, my question is a little different. I mean, I've talked about my husband in the past, and
Yeah.
but I am at an impasse, and I've been looking for a lot of signs. And right now, I'm just wondering what to do as far as next move. where I
In
should
regards
go,
to
going to move somewhere.
moving.
Out of
Yes,
state?
Out of state.
You
Yes.
should go out of state. And listen, there's nothing wrong with Illinois. Okay, sometimes we're here and we have to go somewhere else because we've exceeded the time here. It's time for the next chapter. Okay? When's your birthday, real quick?
11:15.
Okay, so you need something where you have peace, but you also can be busy at the same time. You have to stay busy, whatever you choose, because neurologically you're very sensitive.
Yes.
the day you stop doing anything and working, you're gonna get old. Because I'm a medical intuitive as well, so I am telling you that. So I think what you need to do is you need nature, you need cliffs, you need pretty scenery. This is what you need. You need that. I mean, you can go south, you can go Carolinas, you can go Kentucky, you can go Tennessee. Stay away from California, you're not gonna like the energy.
I won't go there.
What's in between? Where you going?
Well, so my daughter lives in Europe, and so I had thought about
Europe.
Spain,
Spain.
Spain, Portugal.
Cliffs,
Yes.
mountains, water. Okay, this is good. Portugal's very nice. Your daughter lives in Spain?
She actually lives in London, but I want to get closer to her.
Okay, so I would tell you really look into Portugal.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Spain's lovely, but Spain's got its issues right now. Go to Portugal. Look into Portugal. I'm telling you, this is going to be much better suited for you.
Okay.
Portugal has a calmness that I can't explain, but you'll know when you start looking. And you're going to get directed, you'll see. Every time you go and do something, it'll redirect you to that direction. When you get redirected, there's your answer. Okay?
Thank you.
But you need cliffs, you need mountains, water. It's very therapeutic for you, I can't explain it.
Well, it's interesting because my sister also lives in Arizona, so I had thought she's just became a widow as well. So we were going to live together, so it was between Arizona or looking at Portugal. So
I think you're going to like Portugal.
Portugal better. Okay.
Take her with you. Tell her that
I'll
you're
take her,
there.
yeah, I'll take her with
I mean, I live in Arizona, and it's very nice, don't get me wrong, but it's not going to give you what you're looking for. Listen to me. You know, I never make this an opinion when I do this. Never. It's what I see. You're not an Arizona person. You can go visit, but go to Portugal.
Okay.
Mhm.
I think you're right on that. I'm not an Arizona person.
No, and you're not offending me. It's not. You know, there's times when I don't feel Arizona either, and I still live there. What saves me is my work. But no, Portugal is going to give you the calmness. Pay attention to calm when I say calm. Okay?
Well,
Thanks,
All
Kathy.
the best to you. I mean that. That's wonderful.
Invite us when you get there.
okay.
Gail A. Gail.
May. Hi. What's going on,
I
Gail?
guess my question would be, what is my next project? Because I feel like I've done so many different things already this year, but I know there's more coming.
There is, but maybe your projects, and I'm not saying that you haven't enjoyed your projects, but I think your projects need to be a little bit more fun instead of necessary. Does that make sense? Here's what I'm noticing with today's life, with a lot of people, okay? There's not enough fun things out there for us to get our minds off of it. Everything has gotten way too serious. So if you can choose something that's light and fun, and people would love that and gravitate to that.
What do we got? Okay, both of us without our glasses. Donna H. Hi, Donna.
Hi.
I don't know if you remember me or not. I was here right after my husband passed away in November.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. We were together 52 years.
Oh, Lord.
And there's just a couple things. I just want to know if he knows that I'm doing okay, that I'm doing what he would have wanted me to do.
Are you purging some things?
What do you mean?
Get rid, I know you are. He's saying
It
yes.
just started.
Yes, keep going. You have a hard time getting rid of things.
It's hard. It's his stuff.
But even when he was alive, you couldn't do it. And I understand. I do. I have a father that was just like that, and he couldn't get away. Nothing. But he's telling me you're on the right road. He's so proud of what you're doing.
Oh, thank you.
Oh my God. And you talk to him all the time, and you know what?
For
He
sure.
gives you the answers. Sometimes it's weird. I can smell him. Do you ever smell him?
Yeah, I have.
There it is. I can smell this man.
I have.
Sometimes we can just smell our loved ones with sense. He's around you. He's telling me he's not letting you go. You will always be his girl.
Now, we talked about a ring he mentioned. I'd like to know what ring he was talking about the last time.
Oh gosh, I don't even remember. Did he have a ring of his own?
Yeah.
I think it's more his ring, not a ring for you. It's his ring. Did he have a signet ring of some sort? An onyx ring? There's something about
Yeah.
onyx square, like a rectangle.
Yeah, with a few diamonds in it.
Got it. Do you have that ring?
Uh-huh.
Keep it. He loved that ring.
I thought he was talking about the ring he made for me.
No, it was his ring. You can wear his ring, turn it into something, put it on a chain. Oh, you feel this dear
You don't
man.
know how much I've been thinking about that. What ring was she talking about?
Okay, see what you were meant to be here. You were meant to be, picture all of that. This is good. Okay, so this is what he's talking about. It's his ring. Hold it tight.
Okay, also, does
Hey,
he...
honey, we can't do 5 questions.
I know, just one more.
Okay.
Does he see anything going on with our son?
You need to talk to him more. Sorry.
My son?
hmm
He's hard to get through.
He doesn't talk.
No.
He's very secretive. Look to see what he's attracted to and talk about what he likes, and that's going to be your window. It's something he needs to relate to. But I'm thinking, and all of a sudden, I keep getting, he doesn't talk. You have to open the line of communication that he can relate to.
See, him and his dad always talk.
Well, think like your husband. It's like a criminal. Whenever I've got a murder case, I think like the criminal. I'm no longer Susan. That's how I figure it out. Okay?
All right, thank you so much.
You're
Donna,
welcome.
he will, and your husband is always there. Ask him for the words.
He
Ask
will.
him for the help.
He will.
Thank you.
You know, and thank you. And also just for anyone here, like, is he looking out for me? Does he like my choices? To anybody here who's lost somebody and wondering that, I'm so glad you asked that. You can always ask, show me the way. If you don't like what I'm doing, give me inspiration, whisper in my ear,
We talked about death before
Yeah.
he passed.
And that's important too, having these dialogues. My mother-in-law, my ex-mother-in-law, said she was gonna come as a swan. And I said, a swan? And she said, yes, because they're so graceful and they never put their butts in the water. So sure enough, I go to Lilydale, New York, where there's all these psychic mediums, and the first thing I see are swans everywhere. And she was Catholic and told me I was going straight to the inferno for even doing this work. And she came through every single medium saying to me, you were right, I'm sorry I was judgy, this is cool, I can drink and eat whatever I want.
All right.
So they're always there. She was right.
You said something, you just brought something up I needed to say. I have this wonderful nun that comes and visits me once a year. She flies in from the Vatican. She's a very old lady now, and she always brings me icons of Padre Pio.
Nice. Very
So,
important. saint.
for people that think, oh, it's against that. No, it's not. No, it's not.
They just have to do it on the down low.
She's Catholic, a diehard Catholic, a nun, and she believes in it because power of prayer, power of angels, power of saints, the Catholic religion, they look at all of that. They recognize that. So she comes and it's wonderful, and we spend about 2 hours, and I just love this woman. What an inspiration she is. So, and she's diehard Catholic. So there you
Love
go.
it.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah.
They will show up.
Thank you so much.
Leanne P. Hi, Leanne.
Hi.
I'm gonna switch gears a little bit so I don't pull on the waterworks with my daughter, but I've been struggling with clairs and trying to tap into, I know I'm clairsentient
Uh-huh.
and a little bit claircognizant,
Okay.
and I can feel my daughter's energy, I know what that feels like. And then recently I felt a strong feeling, and I'm just who's that? I'm trying to figure it out.
Getting new senses. You're wondering if it's your daughter in spirit or something.
Yeah, I kind of
else.
feel I know Reese's, how it flows.
I feel like it's your daughter and another lady, another female spirit.
Okay.
And the female spirit is very loving, very older, motherly.
I think it's my grandma.
But she's trying to let you know that she's okay and she's got her. It's no different than when we lose a pet. And pets also go to the other side, by the way. And if you have a pet, you just say, hey, your dad's got him. Oh my God, I feel so much better now. It's kind of the same thing. So her grandmother is letting you know that she's in safe arms, and it's good. So, yeah, it's interesting though, your daughter wasn't meant to be here long, okay? For whatever reason. I'm not God, so I can't tell you why. But it's almost like she's doing more work on the other side than she did here. And she's happy. Happy. She was here for a duration and her job was done. I know it's hard as a mother. I really, but work with me here. On a spiritual sense, her job was done and God said, okay, you're coming back home. I know. Trust me. I'm going to tell you something, and I want to say this to everybody. You do not have to pass before you see your child, your loved one. You will see them here. You will, in more ways than one. And she's telling me that the next lifetime, she promises that she will stay longer. She will. I know. It's okay, you can cry. It's okay. I know. But she will stay longer. You've done this dance before, never like this, but this is something that needed to be done. Okay? Yeah. I know. And I feel for you. I really do. I wouldn't wish this on anybody. But there's something deeper of why she had to go back. So just think of all the work that she's doing over there. But this older woman is coming through to let you know that she walks with her up there, and there's a lot of soul searching on the other side. It's almost like your daughter is the divine teacher on the other side, if that makes any sense. And I keep getting the color pink. It's weird, but when you see pink, lots of pink, pastel pink, and don't ask me why, I don't know, but I keep getting that. So pay attention to it. She's going to show you like splatters of colors, but the pink, the pastels. It's weird, but I get that. Okay, I like that. You're welcome. I mean that. You'll be okay. Yeah, you will. Listen, you never get over it. You just learn to get through it, but you're not going to get over it. You're not. I know. Believe me, I do. She's doing her work on the other side a lot more than she did here. I guess they needed her more up there. Yeah, I know. Okay. Just be proud of her up there. I know you were proud here, but she's really a little dynamo up there. So I want to say that, okay?
Thank you. Julie Kay. Hi.
I've lost both my parents, so anything you feel would be amazing. But more specifically, my mom, I would like to know, did she know she was sick? And was she hiding her symptoms from me?
Yes, I already getting it.
Does she know how hard it was after she died for me? And does she see my girls?
Yeah. All right. She did know. She's not doing this to punish you. She didn't want to worry you, and she didn't want to be treated like a dying woman. And you have to respect that, because this was her way. Does that make sense? We always put our 2 cents in, but that wasn't fair. But that's what you're getting out of it. She had to do it the way she needed to do it. Your mother was a very strong woman. She kept a lot in to begin with. Trust me. But when it came to something as serious as this, no, she did not want to divulge. She knew. She did. Now, did somebody have problems breathing? Heart or lungs?
My dad.
Okay, he's coming through. And he's saying, we're good here. We're really good. They're taking care of each other. He's laughing and having a ball. So understand that. Your kids. You have a daughter that's a little bit more serious. Okay. Okay, like she worries a lot of things. She overthinks everything. Your dad's saying, don't sweat the small stuff. And he's laughing. And you want to tell her that came from her grandfather, because he's telling her, stop. She's just thinking this, and if it doesn't go like this, it's not going to be good. He goes, it's not supposed to be that way. Don't worry about it. One of your daughters is very scholastically smart. Who is that?
My oldest.
Okay, she's gonna go the distance. Not that the other one isn't, so I'm not, but I'm getting these messages.
I have 3 daughters.
Okay, well, that's fine, but one is very scholastically smart. She's gonna go the distance. Let her go. Whatever she wants to do, if you can find a way, take out a loan, pay for it, she's going there. This child's going to complete what she's going to complete. You've got one that's got a lot of anxiety, and you've got one that's kind of like whimsical, like very, very free spirit. She's your oldest soul, believe it or not, is your free spirit one. And let her be what she wants to be. And she is gonna just be like, and you know, it's funny, she's really happy for her siblings of whatever they do, but she's going her own way because she's an old soul. It's kind of like, before coming onto this life, she's like, I'm not worrying about this, I'm not worrying about that, I'm throwing this out, and she's like, it's all good. So your mother is like, oh my God, love that. So she's around her, like putting fairy dust on her. And I love that. Now, who likes to cook?
My oldest, the scholastic one.
Got it. Okay, this is her zen. Your mother's very proud of her because I can smell lots of food. Okay, so she's always around, and she's saying, when you make the food that we did, she's observing her roots, and she loves that. Oh, you did good. Okay, good. So you got a little message for everybody. Wow. Okay.
Ella S. Hi, Ella.
Hi.
I don't really have much of a specific question, just my boyfriend Marco passed away.
Marco.
Sorry. Was he sick? Okay, somebody's coming through who had a problem with heart, valve, breathing. I keep getting somebody. Who is that? There is.
Andrew, who would that be?
Did he have anybody on his side? I do. I believe you do. Oh, well, if you don't know it, that's another story. But I want to say he's with this person, or the spirit now, who had a hard time. Find out. You're going to know, okay? I keep getting that. And it's a one-syllable name, like a Joe or a Jeb, or he's with that person, okay? That spirit. So it was a very unexpected, fast passing. I'm sorry. I am sorry. He's in the car with you a lot when you drive. Do you think of him a lot? Wow, I'm sorry. Okay. Keep saying, I didn't mean to do this, like this just happened. So this is what I keep getting. I keep getting this wasn't intentional. Okay, thank you. All right, he's just telling me, I never meant to leave. You're gonna think this is crazy, so if you don't like it, I'm sorry, but this is what he wants you to know. He's going to handpick the next person for you because he doesn't want you alone. He's gonna have a hand at that. And he's saying, just be open to it when you're ready. But you'll find love, and it's okay. He wants you to be happy because he keeps saying, give yourself permission to be happy because I love you that much. That's not gonna take away what you had, but he's gonna send you the next person. That's nice. But you're gonna have to go through what you're going through, and I am sorry. But he wants you to know that. I keep getting, it's really weird, like a fingerprint of something, or did somebody have something made of him with a print of something, or I don't know if he had ashes or a print. I just keep getting there's just something with his, like a stamp on something. Do you know? Oh, you're not sure? Okay, talk to his mom about it. There's something that they have of his. Would love very much for you to have it because I think this would really help you. Because you don't have something like that, and it would really help you get through it just holding it. Weird, but true. I don't know if did somebody get a tattoo of something? It's a print, like, okay, so that's what he's trying to show me. Okay, it's a tattoo. He knows. That's something that's, you know what I mean? Like it's on you. Okay, thank you. He loves it. So there you go. So that's nice. Trust me, he knows what's going on. When you see blue jays, think of him. He sends them to you. That's a very specific bird. Blue jays. Okay. I'm sorry. Okay, well, you remember what I said, okay?
Kathleen F.
Yes.
Hi, Kathleen.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you, Susan?
Really good.
Good. My husband is having some major surgery on Tuesday.
Okay.
So it was postponed from June, so we were lucky we had a summer to enjoy, but I'm obviously just anxious. I know he is too, so.
When's his birthday?
May 21st?
He's strong.
Yes, he is.
Wow.
Yeah.
High threshold of pain. What is it, rehab after that, or what? He's gonna be fine. It's not gonna be easy.
No, no.
He's gonna be fine.
Yeah.
Sage it before you go.
Okay.
Okay, sage the car, sage him, ask Archangel Michael to bless him in the surgery.
Yep.
All right, I believe in all of that.
I do too.
He's going to be fine because he's just that strong, and it's not his time, so knock on wood. He will be fine. The recovery, I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be a little grueling.
Well, this is his third one, and we're hoping it's the final, so.
What kind of surgery is this?
Cardiovascular, he has an aortic aneurysm.
Okay, do me a favor,
Yeah.
and I'm not gonna debate this with anybody today, okay? But I am a medical intuitive, so I'm gonna tell you, from here on in, no more shots, no more COVID vaccine, no more flu shots. Here's what you're doing. You're thickening his blood, and it's too much metal in the body. No more. You do what you want with the information. Okay? All these blood clots, I have embalmers in 3 different states, and they've all had to get new equipment because the blood is too thick. It's like thick coffee grounds. I'm not debating this with anybody, but I am telling you, certain people's DNA is much more sensitive than others, and here's your husband. Doctors are waking up and they're saying, it isn't a coincidence, we're starting to see some things here. No boosters for him.
Okay.
Anybody else can do what they want, but I'm targeting this for hubby. No,
Everybody's operating system is a little
it's
different.
all different, and
Yeah.
he cannot handle it. This is why he keeps having the same surgery. Okay, please remember what I said. Okay? It'll be the last one
Yes.
if you listen. Okay? Okay. All right.
You know, my son went in for, 9 boosters at 9 months old and had a very severe reaction.
Yeah,
But
they're all
my
different.
neighbors went in and nothing.
Yeah,
You know,
they're all
I'm
different.
allergic to penicillin, you're not.
Yeah.
People have different reactions, so when
But he
medically,
is.
you
He
see it,
is.
okay.
This is
Right.
altering the effects. So he's going through all of the surgery, and then just to be put, and then in another year he'll have it again. That's why I'm telling you, watch it.
Maggie R. Hi, Maggie.
I guess I wanted to know about my grandmother. I think I see signs from her, but I wanted to know if they really are signs.
Did she like perfume?
Yes.
I smell perfume, lots of it. Oh my God. She just boom, 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 boom. She's got her lipstick on, and she's saying her hair never looked better, and she is just the belle of the ball. I like her. She's showing me all these nice, happy things. And she wants you to know that she's around you, and she wants you to be your best in everything that you do. And she's saying it's more important to look good than to feel good. Oh my God, she's cute. I love her. But she's about 20 years younger, 20, 25 years younger, and she's happy as can be. So I do want to say that. I like it. Whenever you feel her, it's like everything stops and everything gets happy again. So let her come through. It's really nice. She's good. No, she's going to be there just kind of saying, hey, I'm here. She's just giving you a little nudge.
How are the signs coming through? Is that what you were asking? What signs are?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you want me to say?
Yeah, well, how are-
So I have dreams.
Well, you meet in the dreams, but when you smell her, I smell her. I mean, maybe she's just giving this to me so I can talk to you about her. But oh my God, I just like her. She's on the go. And she's telling me to tell you to keep your purse zipped.
Okay.
Does that make sense to you?
Probably.
Okay. Okay, so that's what I'm getting. But she's got your back. Don't worry, she's got your back. Little birds here and there. She just da, 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 da. She's very happy. Very happy spirit.
Okay.
Okay, I like that. Okay, good.
Monica M. Hi, Monica.
Oh, here you are.
I'd like to, I don't have a question for her, but my mom passed away
I'm sorry. Did she ever wear pins or brooches or anything like that? I keep getting pins. Why am I getting pins? Is there anybody that she's with that ever wore? Oh, wow. She's the one coming through. That's very interesting. Is this her mother? Okay, wow. She's coming through. She seems to be around you a lot, just making sure that you're okay. But she's got her pin, she's got her brooch, everything. Your mother, she was very sick. Your grandmother's telling me she was so sick, and she fought the good fight. And she's saying, but you did everything that you could, just being who you are. That helped your mother. Your mother didn't want to leave you. God, I feel it. My head is hurting. Is there anything with the head that I'm getting? Anybody that had problems with the head? Or who is this?
My dad had acute vessel concussion, he had some brain aneurysms.
He's coming through. My head is really excruciating, okay? Wow, they're all together. Know it. Wow, this is really beautiful. I mean, you're asking for your mother, and look at, they're all coming and rallying for you. And they're telling me that. Your mom is sorry, but she doesn't want you to think that she's gone. She's telling me that. She's telling me you can do whatever you want to do. You act like you're not good at certain things. And she's telling me to tell you to stop being blocked. And you can do what you want to do. Your mother is going to give you that added oomph to it. Does that make sense? Okay, I love that. No, it's true. And it's interesting. I keep seeing tulips. These really pretty tulips, these spring, beautiful tulip flowers. Keep them in your memory bank on that. Okay, I like that. Who told your mother it was okay to let go? Wow, she's saying thank you. Oh, she gave you life and you gave her the afterlife. She will be forever grateful. Wow. You're a beautiful soul. You just keep being you.
Thank you, and thank you, Betty. Jim, hey. Hello, Jim.
Hi.
Hello. So I've been thinking about some of the things that you said with the heart attack and aneurysm. I actually had two friends pass in December within a couple of weeks of each other. One from an aneurysm, one from a heart attack.
Oh
young guys.
Yeah.
One wasn't even 40 and the other was 46, 47.
I'm so sorry. One of them, did they have children?
Yeah.
Who had two children?
My friend Mike.
Mike,
heart
he's
attack.
coming through. He's worried about his two kids because he keeps showing me two kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're not doing so good. They're having a hard time with that.
For sure.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you close to them?
No, well, actually, the son, I coach baseball. We played against him, his team, and I invited him to play on our team this year.
And is he?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, there you go. You're like the vessel for his father.
Yeah.
And he's telling me, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, this is really important because you're going to get closer to him, and that's exactly what he wants you to do.
Cool.
And he's saying thank you.
Good.
You're a good friend, but you're going to be a good mentor to his son.
Wonderful.
Wow.
Wonderful.
Wow, that is beautiful.
I did have a question though.
Yeah, go ahead. It's okay.
So I have 3 boys of my own.
Okay.
And my middle son has been dealing with depression, mental illness, to the point where he's contemplated suicide. And what I wanted to know is who on my team is helping him.
Do you have a father that passed?
Yeah.
He's the one coming through.
Really?
Yeah. He understands, he's telling me.
That surprises me.
He wasn't close with you, was he?
No, not until when he passed he was.
Yeah, but I'm going to tell you why. Because he regrets not being close on earth, so he's making it up in the afterlife. He's a very powerful spirit guide for all the right reasons. When you cross through that light, there's no opinion. There's no ego. You see what you did wrong and you want to make up for it, and he's become a very strong spirit guide. Your father had struggles, let me tell you. He was not a good facilitator with communication. So he understands. He had his own issues. This is why he's relating to your son. He couldn't help you, but he's going to help your son. And that's what he's trying to convey. Okay?
I'm good with that.
So talk to him and tell him, say, Dad, I love you, and yeah, I do forgive you. I think if you could have been better, you would have been better, but thank you for all your spiritual help now because I really need it. And tell him that, and he will help your son. When's your son's birthday?
5'9".
All right, 2 things about your son. Dreams a lot, and he's very intuitive.
Very much so.
What did I tell you about empaths and intuitive people? They have the hardest time. So you have to be very picky for him, putting him around the right people, the right things, because he doesn't know his balance and his limits. So you have to kind of help him be the manager to help him. Don't bring people around that are just not so great for him, because he feels it on such a higher scale.
Yes, he does.
I know, he does. Saging helps because you're clearing all of that. I have a daughter, and she's very intuitive, and there's a lot that can set her off emotionally because she feels, and she is spot on. She can meet you in 2 seconds and dissect you. You think I'm okay at this? Oh my God, she's way better than I am. But it comes with a price. So my husband and I have tried to shield her from negative people, negative family members. Just because they're family is not carte blanche to collect them. No, he needs positive. Now here's the thing about your son. He does not, he is a very humble kid. He doesn't think anything he does is great. You need to tell him and remind him what he does is really well. This is so important. Because if you say it enough, not just, hey, it's a good job. When I tell parents when they're on the field, they go, hey, good job. Tell them why it was a good job. The way you hit that ball, the way you caught it, the way you blocked that kid, it was really good. Talk about why it was good, not just a good job. Because if you say it enough, it's going to be in the front of their mind and not the back of their mind. And then he's going to start believing it. He's also very creative with his hands.
Yeah.
So, if he can use his mind and his physical, that's when he's in alignment with himself. He cannot sit in a cubicle. This is not him. So when you can get him, I would say anything in the carpentry field, anything in the arts, anything like that, he would do very, very well.
Interesting.
And when he's outside, he feels better. Now, for all of you that don't feel good in your house, here's a telltale sign that it's something in your house. Go outside and see how you feel. You will always feel better when you're outside. Now, if something is polluted, or you have earthbound spirits in your house, and you go back in your house, you can't sleep, you're feeling, or you're feeling so exhausted that you just can't do anything, it's in the house. Remember that. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That helpful, Jim?
Encourage
Yeah,
him.
very much.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
Okay, we're coming up on it, so we'll get one more, so just no pressure, I'm just mixing it like a stew, shake, and then Maureen G.
Me?
Hello, Maureen. Okay.
I recently lost my father, and he struggled with dying, and I'd like to know how he's doing, and if he's hooked up with my mom.
He did. It's interesting. Your mom was showing up while he was still here. Because he kept seeing her, calling her name. He was in between worlds.
He was for a while.
I know.
A while.
Okay, so,
All sorts of people.
well, yeah, his mother, for instance, he started to see her too. So, when you said, your mom is waiting for him, but here's the thing. We're getting ready to cross over. Our loved ones will come, but not to entice us to come. To just let us know that we're not alone. That's all that they're trying to show us, that it's okay and not to be scared. We're not alone. But your mother came for him, and she always promised that she would. Now, he wasn't afraid. As soon as he started to see them, he wanted them. You want to be with them. So the fear just went out the window.
Is he in a good place? He really wasn't a believer.
You don't have to be a believer. I can always tell who's the atheist because you know what? They come back and they go, and there's God. And I'm like, oh, he was an atheist. Okay. No, it's fine. Atheists can go up there too.
They have a different lounge.
They can
But
lounge.
they get the same cafe.
Yeah, but you know, yeah, because the ones that don't believe, they see. That's why I'm not interested in converting anybody, because I really do believe when it's your time, you're going to see. It's okay. You know, I'm not here to, you know, it's okay. You don't want to believe? Don't believe. Because I already know. Listen, the 2 near-death experiences that I had, I always believed. But when I had that, here's the biggest thing I can tell you. The saddest thing is seeing heaven and knowing you can't stay there. That's it. So my point to the story is, it's really okay. It exists. And for those of you that always wonder, does it really exist? Yes. Now, the Bible. Bible's a beautiful book. But the Bible's a big fallacy in many ways. It gives God a bad rap, especially in the Old Testament. God is very, very, very forgiving. There is no, oh, you're going to rot in hell and da-da-da-da, an eye for an eye. Remember who translated the Bible? Lots and lots of male chauvinistic men. No offense to you, my friend, but they're the ones that were the writers back in those thousands of years. So God does not get a good rap, okay? God is nothing but forgiving in so many ways. So the faith that you have spiritually will take you everywhere. What is the difference between being religious and being spiritual? Religious is politics of the church. Spiritual is you one with God. You can go to church if it makes you feel good, and I'm big on that if you love it. But if you feel that you're more connected with God in this room, in your car, in your home, in the bathroom, have a relationship. That's all God wants. God doesn't care where you go as long as you show up. And that really is the truth. So your Father is more than good. He's content, but he was ready to go. You're right. He was scared until he saw your wife. His wife and mother. Now, sorry, thank you. Everybody else that started coming forward. Did he have somebody that was like a brother to him or a brother?
Yes.
He just came right to, and he's like, come on, it's great. Who liked fishing?
They all did.
Thank you. Fishing. Okay, you're doing all the great things that you wanted to do. You say, what do you do up there? You learn. You work on your soul growth with God, the spirit guides, the angels. You work. Your soul works. How do you know if you're going to reincarnate? When you pass, you sit with God, and it's called your book of life. You go over everything that you went through in this lifetime. The things that you did well, great. The things that you didn't, you're working through that up there. If God says you've got to reincarnate, because I always get people, I'm not coming back, not up to you. It's up to God. And if you have to come back, God will say, you're going to come back and do it again. You're going to pick the roles of who you want to be with, and everybody's got to be in alignment and free will. But you can choose when you want to come back. Again, free will. You can choose the gender you want to come in. That's another thing. You can do that. Okay?
Do you see multiple experiences with people that you have experiences with now in past lives?
Oh God, yes.
Oh yeah, and it's like it happens in a flash. You see it's everything all at once. You know, there's no time and space. It's like the longest movie in the shortest amount of time.
Yes.
That's what I'm told.
I agree.
Yeah.
It is. And you know what? It's okay. Now let's say there was somebody you really despised here on earth. Are you going to be up there with them? No.
But you see what you learn from them and what they learn from you.
Right. Well, here's the thing that I want to say. You come in different levels and you leave in different levels. If you have children, you're all different. You're on a different level than, say, your son is. Okay, all of those things, you're all different, you're not the same. Just because you're related to somebody doesn't mean you're gonna be on the same level. If you're married, you can have a spouse that's on a higher level than you are.
I've gotten this a few times. What if you get remarried? Which one do you hang with over there?
Both. Yeah, it's weird because, somebody asked me, it was a nurse, and she said to me, if you could sum up what it's like up there, what would it be? And I said, in one word. She goes, one word. I said, love. There's enough love for everybody and everything, and our animals go up there. I did a reading, and I always think this is such a cute little reading. I did the reading of a daughter who wanted to connect to her mother, and I kept seeing cows. I says, why am I seeing all these cows? And she goes, oh, my mother was a dairy farmer. She's got all her cows with her. So you can have horses and dogs and everything. So it's wonderful.
I love it. SusanRowland.com. Please look for your emails from Ticket Leap for any updates on Susan and updates from us. Talk to your loved ones like they're in the next room, bless you. And remember, they are literally like in the next room. It's like the universe is separated by shower curtains, okay? And they're just in a different frequency. So change your frequency to love and light and joy. When you do that and you giggle the way that Susan did tonight, you raise your frequency up to be able to meet them. It's a two-pronged attack, right? You go up, they come down a little bit, you can meet in the middle. So don't ever think you're alone. You got a team with you. Thank you to Kim, hey Jace, and to everybody here at the Laughing Academy. Thank you to Susan Rowland for all of your wisdom. And thank you all for spending some time with us. We really appreciate it.